Hello, my friends, and welcome to the channel. I am Nicole. I live here in India, and tonight I'm with my husband.
Hello.
Who is going to help me give a reaction to a interview, or I guess not, it's not really an interview. It is Palki Sharma on her viewpoint on what had happened earlier this week with American President Joe Biden and his comments on immigration in India.
You should leave the old man alone.
Yeah. Okay. If you like the content, please give a like, please give a subscribe, and let's go.
Another week, another Biden special, and no, I do not mean policy, I mean goof up. It's campaign season in the United States of America, so we'll be hearing a lot from the president. And if it's anything like this, you will be entertained. On Wednesday, Biden was speaking at a fundraiser in Washington. He was talking about immigration. It's a major political issue in the U.S. Donald Trump advocates stricter rules on immigration. Joe Biden does not. He says immigrants are important to the U.S. economy. But listen to how he defended his position. This is Joe Biden, I'm quoting. Why is China stalling so badly economically? Why is Japan having trouble? Why is Russia? Why is India? Because they're xenophobic. They don't want immigrants. Immigrants are what makes us strong. A lot to unpack here. First, the political blunder. Japan is probably America's most important ally in Asia. India is not an ally, but a partner, and a very important one at that. Washington has invested a lot in its relationship with New Delhi, yet what does Joe Biden do? Call both of them xenophobic in one sentence. Talk about a political masterstroke. Secondly, does Biden's theory make sense? In his country, perhaps it does. America's population has aged in the last decades. Many of them have left the workforce, so immigrants have plugged the gap. Let me show you some data. In 1996, immigrants made up less than 12% of the U.S. workforce, and now more than 18%. It's a record high. There are more than 29 million foreign-born workers in the U.S., and what sort of work do they do? Everything, from management to services to construction. In fact, the U.S. is often called the land of immigrants. So Biden is right about his country. But he made a crucial mistake. A mistake that lots of U.S. politicians make. He thought America is the world. What's true in the U.S. is true everywhere. That was his assumption, except it's not. Let's look at the three issues that Biden raised: need for immigrant workers, economic slowdown, and xenophobia. India's economy and demography are very different from the U.S. In India, 68% of the population is working age. It's much lower in the U.S. Only 59% native-born Americans are of working age. So India's problem is the opposite. We do not need foreign workers. We already have a large and young workforce. What we need is jobs for them.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the second issue. What economic trouble is Joe Biden talking about? India's GDP grew by 8.4% in the third quarter of the last financial year. It's the fastest growing major economy in the world. Projections for the future also look good. The IMF was expecting India to grow by 6.5% in this financial year. That's 2024 to 2025. But now it has raised its projection from 6.5% to 6.8%. Compare this to other Asian economies. China is projected to grow by 4.6%. Japan could grow by 0.9%. And South Korea 2.3%. Now, don't get us wrong. India's economy faces a number of challenges. We need more reforms. We need more jobs and more investments. But immigration does not figure on anyone's list.
No.
And finally, the third issue, xenophobia. Indians have traditionally welcomed outsiders. It has been a cultural strong suit. And that continues even today. India is home to around 5.2 million immigrants. They make up the 12th largest immigrant population in the world. And where did these people come from? Mostly the neighborhood, like Bangladesh, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. Some came in search of jobs, others escaped persecution. Yet Biden says India is xenophobic. We don't expect much nuance from the US president. After all, he's in election mode right now. So winning is his biggest priority. But he should be mindful of the consequences.
Yeah.
We saw another goof up last month. Biden claimed that his uncle was eaten by cannibals in Papua New Guinea. Again, Papua New Guinea is a US ally. Their prime minister hit back at Biden's remarks. Listen to what he said. President Biden's remarks may have been a slip of the tongue. However, my country does not deserve to be labeled as cannibals. Do you see the problem? Biden may drop a statement and move on, but what he says has consequences. You can't just call your partner xenophobic, that too fellow democracies. His advisors better get a grip on the president's loose cannon statements. If not, one of these days, he could trigger a diplomatic storm.
What do you think?
Pointless. Old men just talking stuff. Doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I was an immigrant in the US. I'm an immigrant here. I'm from a different state. I'm in.
You're not an
in
immigrant.
Asia.
You're from a
Yeah,
different
sort of.
state.
Internal.
Oh.
I migrated from.
I'm an immigrant here. Let's.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You are, but you're not stealing Indian jobs, are you?
Did I steal my job?
No, you didn't. No different from I came back from the US. I actually helped create jobs.
Yeah, you did.
Hundreds of them. I don't know. I don't think we should give too much weightage to what an old man in election mode is saying. We should just ignore this and move on. But it just shows that the Democrats, generally speaking, don't watch and weigh what they say. And
Let's blame it on the old men. Let's not blame it on Democrats. I mean, that's too far out there.
He's pandering to part of his Democrat.
He's
vote base.
pandering to. I don't know
Democratic
what
vote
he's
base.
pandering. No, he's
Oh,
not.
okay.
He's
Why not?
pandering to something else. Okay, so my take on this is that he is completely wrong. India's economy is doing wonderfully. They have almost an overabundance of youth here that are needing jobs and looking for jobs, and that there are difficulties in and of that in regards to finding. I mean, being in the tech industry that I am in, we have come across a lot of young people that are choosing bad schools or, for whatever reason, come out of school and they're not really ready for work. So that's a completely different problem that we have. And I've noticed that other companies have had. So there's that. I don't believe at all that India is xenophobic. I'm very welcoming to foreigners in general. I do think that there are things that India could do to adjust policies in regards to working from, being like working from India, like travel, what is it now, hybrid work, like I think that if they opened up some sort of work and travel type of a visa, that a lot of people would come here to working, and that's all, spending money here, doing things here. I think that could only help or be in addition to the market, everything. Like, I don't think they're taking jobs, right? They would just be spending money and potentially paying taxes. And I would love to see, like, I have a lot of other foreign friends that would love to live in India, but don't have the opportunity to do so because of the visas that are here and the strict policies that are around that. So I would love to see some changes on that. But in terms of xenophobic, that's just not the case. So that's my take. If you like the reaction, please give a like. Please give a subscribe. If you'd like to see something different, please put it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. As always, we love you, and bye-bye.